gotta be something wrong with me. It's gonna be a very long night. Hey everyone, I'm Kit. This week, I'm taking off to do my first ever hike on the Superior Hiking Trail. I'll be hiking out from the Sonju Lake Road trailhead. I'm hoping to spend 2 nights out in the woods, but I'm facing up to some forecast rain and potential thunderstorms, as well as having a currently active but thankfully controlled migraine. So I have a plan in case I do need to bail and do only 1 night. But I'm hoping to have the ability and energy to check out 2 different campsites in the area. Now, in order to do that, I need to get rolling, and I will see you once I'm out there. Alright, I am at the Sonju Lake Road trailhead. It is just about 5:30, but thankfully we are in the part of the year where the sun stays up very late, so I will have light. I've got about 1.5 miles, it looks like, to go to get to the closer of the 2 potential campsites for tonight. I'm planning on heading towards Sonju Lake and staying at one of those campsites, just kind of based on what works better for vibes. It is a very warm evening. It's become overcast. There are approximately 50 million mosquitoes hanging out right around the car, so I'm very glad that I got bug spray. And as soon as I'm all loaded up, I will be good to go. Now, this first little bit, just off the trailhead, officially has a reroute for a bridge that's out over a creek, but it's not very far in, so I am gonna just peek in here, see how hard it would be to ford by foot, and if I need to back up and go out, do the tiny bit of road walk, I can do that. I mean, I could do it, but I'd definitely get wet. Have to clamber over trees, over water, so yeah, no. Instead, we're gonna back up just a tiny bit. Even the detours are very well marked, with these little blue ribbons instead of the blue blazes. And off a branch road of Sonju Lake Road, we finally get back to the trail. The detour only took about 10 minutes. Maybe I need to not feel so rushed. I know there's a lot of light left before sundown, but the clouds coming in as I was approaching the trailhead. And then I think the number of mosquitoes got me a little spooked. But while they're buzzing around me, they're not biting much, so the bug spray seems to be working. And I want to enjoy this hike, not just rush through it. Cute little bench here by a kind of made out of a fallen tree. Looks like I'm about halfway to the lake. About 3/4 mile, as usual, for my first sit break. Unfortunately, sit break is only so restful because the bug spray is only working so well. When I sit down and they can swarm me, there's some of the bold ones that will just come right through. So, not resting here too long, unfortunately. Wild, I went straight from, there's 1 or 2 mosquitoes around, not much, in my last trip 2 weeks ago. And now it's high bug pressure time immediately. I'm very glad I stopped and picked up a fresh, brand new can of the garden bug spray, but I need to stop dragging my feet about getting my clothes treated and maybe testing out a Thermacell to see if it works for my fragrance issues or not. At least the bugs thin out some while I'm moving. Motivation to keep going. This looks like it could be a high point. Let me check my map. Alright, yeah, this isn't technically a high point. It's about 10 feet off and quite a little bit of sharp ups and downs that way before I get to the actual high point, but it's close. I'm definitely struggling some with the hike today, partially with the migraine, fatigue, and unsteadiness, partially just with mindset. But then I come across something like this area and yeah, still glad I came. Got to be getting so close to the first of the Sonju Lake campsites, and unless it's very busy or extremely unappealing, I'm probably just gonna crash there. But I am really feeling it, so I took another sit break and drinking more electrolytes. It's not my legs, it's not getting out of breath that much. It's not even really fatigue. I'm just really getting walloped by the cognitive fog with this migraine the more that I push, which is a thing that I think has happened before. But just feels a little bit more overwhelming when it's happening in an area I don't know as well as I knew, like the Trail C Beam. So trying to balance breaks as much as I need them with not getting eaten alive and enjoying things very deliberately. Finally, we are at the spur for the North Sonju Lake campsite. Alright, well, this definitely isn't the worst campsite I've ever considered staying at. And I'm tired enough that I really, really do want to crash. But the latrine is not too far, but up a moderately steep hill. And I'm just not sure I want to put up with that. I'm going to catch my breath for like 5 minutes and then decide. Gotta be something wrong with me. I mean, there's many things wrong with me. I even have names for some of them, but still. Right, yeah, just another 15 minutes down the trail. We are approaching South Sonju Lake. Hell yeah, latrine trail looks flat. Latrine trail is flat the whole way. Excellent. Another SHT classic 360-degree view site. Someone left a fabulous walking stick. Some kind of grill implement they hold out here. And a bow saw. Alright, I did not film the hammock setup. So I just wanted to get it up as fast as possible so that I could relax inside the bug netting. I'm gonna need to get back out and pitch the tarp because the rain's supposed to start overnight. And make dinner. Eat dinner somehow. There's just so many mosquitoes. Feels like tempting fate, but I'm actually almost looking forward to rain tomorrow because mosquitoes do not fly well in rain, and so there will be less. And right now, there are many times too many. So it's 8 o'clock. I am still being swarmed by ungodly numbers of mosquitoes. I cannot imagine sitting out long enough to cook, never mind eat. So, before the light completely fails me, to get up, move the bear can, take my nightly meds, but before that, pitch the tarp and secure everything for rain. So let's try that one more time. Food away, food with me, meds, clothes, tarp, right. Alright, that was a lot, but I did it. Okay, so it's just before 8:30. God, I can't believe it's only been 3 hours since I left the car. It's gonna be a very long night. Again, I cannot wait for the rain. I cannot state how many mosquitoes there are. I knew how buggy everybody said it was here, and I had experienced very buggy in Indiana, but I didn't expect it to go so 0 to 60, 0 to 100, 0 to too goddamn many bugs. Right now, I want to go home tomorrow, but hopefully with a good night of sleep and rain knocking down the population actively in the air, I'll feel differently tomorrow. I'm really discouraged by how hard of a time I'm having, but I mean, some trips just are hard, and hopefully I'll still be able to find parts of this that were worth it, even if I end up cutting it short. Good morning, folks. It is, by now, almost 10. I woke up for good right around 9:30. Had a very interrupted night of sleep because the amount of mosquito pressure meant that anytime I had to get in or out, like for the bathroom, they kept sneaking in, so there was a lot of interrupted waking up to mosquitoes on my face, etc., etc. And of course, it's raining off and on this morning, but lightly enough that they're not really bothered. So I'm literally pacing back and forth while I boil water to make breakfast. Needless to say, this is it for the trip for me. There's been lots of little beautiful things here. I'm going to be glad to come back and explore it when I'm either better prepared or further out of bug season, but this is all I can take, honestly. I genuinely can't focus for more than 30 seconds. I can't hold still, and I definitely don't want to spend all day like hiding in my hammock and hunting the bugs that sneak in. So I don't know how well the camera is capturing these, but there's an absolute swarm of these guys outside the hammock netting. I ended up retreating to eat my meal in the hammock, because even if I'm still dealing with mosquitoes in the hammock, I had underestimated after a long night of being in here how much the bug netting, cutting them down, helps, because the minute I'm sitting down out there, even an area that I'm like, oh, this looks nice and mosquito free, if I hold still for 30 seconds, there's at least 30 mosquitoes on me. So I'm just doing breakfast in the hammock grumpy style this time, apparently. Eating dinner for breakfast. Fettuccine Alfredo with chicken, since last night's dinner was bars and candy, so that I didn't have to stay out long enough to cook. That was a good decision, based on how cooking went this morning. All right, everything's packed. I'm being so hunted, but it's time to roll. Despite the fact that I'm breaking out of here quicker than expected, I am still gonna do a little tiny detour. Finding those snatches of worth it, even despite being actively hunted for sport. My horrible handwriting as I try to write while getting bitten. Beautiful detour. Still too many bugs. If I base on my track that I took to get out here and try to subtract various spur trails I won't be taking, it's probably going to be about 2 miles. So, we'll see. But once I get past those big rocky bald sections, if I remember correctly, it should be pretty much all downhill. Very gently. Alright, I have made it fully past both of the campsites and away from the lake. About half a mile. Next section is going to be all those little balds, and hoping I'll get some nice breeze up there, at least. There's, even for this sit break, there's less mosquitoes than there were in camp, so I'm trying to be hopeful that this hike won't be absolute misery. Paused at Sonju Creek to filter some water. Of course, as soon as I'm at this phase in the process, I am, again, getting swarmed. But at least I wasn't getting swarmed until this point, and I'll just have to see it through, because I really do need the water. It's not the most appealing creek watercolor though, so I think I'm just gonna make this 1 liter of electrolyte water. Carry the other liter dirty if I really, really need it. Back at the bench, sitting next to it because I don't quite want to take off my pack right now. I'm just kind of putting my head down and pushing through. And I'm finding that a lot psychologically easier than trying to enjoy it. Not that I'm not getting little moments, and I'm capturing those for you guys, but I gotta balance finding enjoyment with getting out of here with any spoons left at all and not utterly crashing. Continuing at a slow and steady pace for once is actually working out better for me. So, I don't know, maybe things are changing in my fitness level. It feels doubtful on this trip. Maybe things are just changing in how I manage it. Because this is one of the harder trips I've been on, which feels absolutely wild, given that it's not been physically challenging really at all, other than the sensory level. Catch my breath, cool down a little, and then knock out the last 3/4 of a mile or so until the car. And I made it back to the car. Well, that sure was a backpacking trip. I headed straight home, took a shower, went out for a nice post-hike meal, and have relaxed since then. The biggest thing I learned on this trip is that there is a wide difference between knowing something and experiencing something. And now that I have experienced mosquitoes in Minnesota in June, I have a lot more understanding of why the kind of precautions I took before were not enough. So I'm going to get all of my gear professionally treated so that it lasts a little longer and I don't have to interact with the permethrin while it's wet. We're also maybe going to do some testing with other technologies like thermocells. Some of the challenges of other methods for mosquito repellent is that most of them are fragrance-based, and given that that's the worst trigger for my migraines, that would make camping pretty inaccessible to me either. Regardless, I'm determined to find some way to combat this problem because I was really looking forward to summers being much more tolerable in this state due to temperature. One of my other major takeaways from this trip was, especially in reviewing the footage, being really impressed with my own resilience. I absolutely characterized the trip as not enjoyable by the end, but I pushed through something that was really physically and psychologically difficult for me and still made it back to the car in pretty decent shape and managed all of my needs and still had the presence of mind to film the things that were worth seeing so that I could enjoy them later, even if I wasn't able to fully enjoy looking at them in the moment. One of the things that I love about doing these videos is having an archive just for myself so that I have actual evidence of the memories. And it's been nice to look at things like the footage of Lily's Island, or the details of the plants, or Sonju Lake, and know that they'll be there and just that beautiful when I'm ready to go back in the future. Well, I'll be taking a break from trips while we sort out my clothes treatment, and while we have a major road trip coming up. I'll still be planning for some more future summer trips, and if I have time, I'll fit in a review of my backpack, or some discussion of how I plan trips, or some other kind of informational video to try to stay on my every 2-week schedule, if possible. But if I'm not going to be here by the next 2 weeks, I will be sure to post an update to the channel to let you know, and I'll be back with a new trip video as soon as I have everything ready to tackle it once again, because that was a really lovely trail, and I am still so incredibly excited to explore more areas of the Superior Hiking Trail. That was one of the biggest features I was looking forward to with this move when it came to my outdoors experience. But that's for the future, and for now, I'm going to be saying goodbye, and I will see you next time.